message on this, and we hope that the international community will come together to support those ideals. We condemn all killing of civilians.
مرة أخرى بأؤكد ما تفضل به زملائي.
I reiterate what my fellow colleagues emphasized. Our presence at this important meeting, at this very dire hour, as this crisis is not auguring well, as further escalation is likely. We call for an immediate and lasting ceasefire.
In what many people perceive as Saudi Arabia's inaction in the Palestinian situation, we at the open-minded thinkers shall view it as a cautious approach, considering the nature of the individuals involved in the Palestinian crisis. However, there are reports that appear to confirm that Saudi Arabia has concluded plans to place an oil embargo on Israel. Many reports has also suggested that a concrete plan has been made by the kingdom to completely abandon the Abraham Accord. If these become reality, then there's really some great headaches for the kingdom. But if Saudi Crown Prince decides to stick to the status quo, it might have some devastating impact as Israel rejects a ceasefire and continues with its bombings in Gaza. Frankly, the issue at hand stems from a misunderstanding compounded by the actions of Hamas, which conducted a major raid in Israel, resulting in the loss of many innocent lives. Saudi Arabia appears to be treading carefully, attempting to pacify the Arab population without appearing to support Hamas's activity, which understandably no rational Muslim would endorse or have endorsed. The attack on October 7, which affected innocent women and children, was deemed un-Islamic and has been condemned by many much as a brutal punishment meted out on the Palestinian people by Israel, a supposed civilized nation, is barbaric and totally unacceptable. War crimes have been committed and the world appears to be very quiet. The Pakistani ambassador to the UN offered one of the most insightful assessments of the situation. Please like and share this video so that others can watch it. Hit the subscribe button to stay connected with us in the future.
It is amazing that when my friend from Canada insists on naming the organization Hamas, that he does not feel the need for the equity and balance and fairness for which Canada is so well known. He does not feel the need to name Israel for killing 7,000 Palestinians and injuring 17,000. Only Hamas. Is this balance? He says what needs to be named has to be named. We believe Israel needs to be named. If you are fair, if you are equitable, if you are just, you will not blame one side and not the other.
However, Saudi Arabia has emphasized the need for all parties involved in the conflict to exercise restraint, especially given the impact on innocent civilians in Gaza. As of the time this video is being recorded, at least 7,000 people have lost their lives in a 23-day conflict, with many more wounded. And it appears the crisis is far from coming to an end. Israel has initiated a ground incursion aiming to dislodge Hamas. As a result, Saudi Arabia has cautioned Israel to consider the humanitarian toll its ground offensive may inflict on the already suffering Palestinian population. According to the Saudi Foreign Minister, the offensive could have disastrous humanitarian consequences.
Can I just ask you, what is the first thing that has to happen in order to achieve peace in your view?
Well, right now we need a ceasefire.
Beyond that, though?
We need to restart the peace process.
Is that possible?
It has to be possible. If we are not willing to overcome all the difficulties, all the challenges, all the history that is involved in this issue, then we will never have a real peace and security in the region. So we must restart the peace process.
Do you think
the Arabs have shown clearly, have shown that they are serious, have shown that they are willing to engage? We are ready. We hope that we can do it soon.
There is a theory that Saudi Arabia may not plan any further action beyond warning and statements like this. This week, the defense minister of the Islamic nation will be visiting the United States to strengthen ties. The U.S. has traditionally been an ally of the kingdom, and as regional tensions escalate, the need to seek more protection from Washington is more significant than ever. Increasing air defenses around the kingdom, upgrading military hardware, and being prepared for any flare-ups in the region are essential. Jordan is pursuing a similar strategy. Jordan has requested the deployment of the Patriot air defense missile system from the United States to aid its defending its borders as regional tension escalate. Actually, no, it's aimed at Iran. Jordan Army spokesperson Brigadier General Mustafa Hiyire stated, "We have asked the American side to help bolster our defense system with Patriot air defense missile systems." Meanwhile, Israel may encounter challenges with its policy of completely cutting off the civilian population of Gaza in an attempt to hinder the flow of aid and medicine to its Hamas adversary. According to an international criminal court top prosecutor, impeding the delivery of aid to Gaza residents may be considered a war crime within the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court.
And I want to underline clearly to Israel that there must be discernible efforts without further delay to make sure civilians receive basic food, medicine, anesthetics, morphine. We hear reports of operations taking place without these basic medicines, as if we're in the Middle Ages, and too many are dying and too many are being injured. And it's alarming to see the bodies of young children that could be our own children being dragged, baked in dust. In this regard, I have to say that Israel has clear obligations in relation to its war with Hamas. Not just moral obligations, but legal obligations to comply with the laws of armed conflict.
If you appreciate our work, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel to stay up to date with our future content. Until we meet next time, Assalamu alaikum.